intro, but never mind. That should be coming up any minute now. Thank you, Peter.
So I was waiting to mute YouTube.
Yeah, there's quite a long delay, isn't there?
Mm.
It will come in. There it is. There it is. It's going now. Good.
Yeah.
Right. Okie doke. So sorry about that. You missed the intro, but never mind. I'm sure you've all seen it lots of times before. It's not exactly gripping. But welcome everybody. Peter will tell me who's in a minute. And I amused myself this morning by turning an egg. Hello, what's going on here? Oh, that's it. Sorry, just left the cursor in the wrong place. Turned an egg this morning just to make sure I got everything I needed. Bit of Padouk. It's quite nice. It's not quite the right shape. It's very close, but there's one I made. One I made earlier. Sorry, I'll put Peter in the background because I'm holding it all the wrong place. A bit of ash for that one. I've got quite a collection of eggs, and they're all the less interesting ones now. So it's time I turn some more interesting ones. So that's what we're going to be turning today. We'll certainly turn one, possibly two, and then probably turn a little stand of some sort. Very, very simple. Just a disc like that, slightly chamfered inside and out, just for it to stand on to display if that's what you want to do. So that's the plan for today. We'll see how it all goes. Load plans of mice and men and all that. So going over to the lathe now. Then we've got a couple of cameras set up. That one's all right for when I'm doing the egg. Yeah. Good. Okay. Leave it to you, Peter.
Okay. Let me just scroll back up to the top. And first in was Gerard the French Turner. Good afternoon, Gerard.
Long time no see.
Yes, indeed. Malcolm Douglas. Alison Heath.
I know her.
Chris Dodds. Good day, Chris. Paul Heighton, the Greasby Turner.
Heighton, I think, yeah.
Heighton. Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks. Tommy's Workshop. Clint at Wood Dancers. Greg Alexander. Barry Chitty. Hi, Barry.
Hello, Barry.
Jennifer, Craft and Creations. Hi, Jennifer. I think that is it for the time being.
Thank
Don't
you.
think I've missed anybody. But a couple of people are reminding you to cover your keyboard, which I've already
I have
mentioned.
done it. I have done it. Yes, thank you, Peter. Thank you, everybody else. Right, I've pre-turned this bit of timber to round just to save a bit of time. But I will be doing another one later, which I haven't pre-turned. I want 70 mil is the length I make these eggs. So I've mark the end where the ends come. Take this down because what I'm going to be doing is mounting it into a jam chuck. I want to make sure that this will go through the middle of the jam chuck.
Oh, looks like Gerard's got some more news on the retirement front.
All right, how many days now?
He says, well, he doesn't say, but he says, unfortunately, now as I am semi-retired, you will see me more often if my 3 days work do not fall on a Tuesday.
All right, excellent. We'll be very pleased to see you. Let's put that up a bit. think I'm using a different centre from the one I used earlier, and I think that's what all the noise is. It's a cheap one. We might change that over on the next one, because that's making a lot of noise. Right, so that basically is going to be the size of the egg.
Oh, Mark, the gentleman wood turner, has joined us as well a little while ago.
Mark. Something's gone off here. I think it might be this centre. I'm going to change it over now.
Robert Copperell wood turning has joined us as well, and also
hello, Rob.
Stephen the wood dude.
Hello there. Well, let's try that.
Update from Gerard. Well, he says, I was officially retired on the 26th of February. Took 2 weeks off, but as in Ireland, we don't get state pension before 66. Need to do some part-time to make ends meet.
Oh, right, yeah. I think the rules are very similar over here.
Yeah.
I retired late, so I didn't have that problem.
Alex of Widden Things.
Widden Things, yep. Scottish man.
Well. He is indeed.
We could very easily have done this with a tenon on the other end, put it in the chuck. But I wanted to have these centres on because when I put it into the jam chuck, I need to be able to make sure it's centred. So it's to save me some time later on. That's much better with that centering. My annual egg fest, this is every Easter. And people are quite discriminating about what timber they buy. All the plain ones I've still got, as you can see on the YouTube picture. All the interesting ones are walnuts and yew and others, all sold.
Wesley Hannah and Ward Wilson have joined us as well.
Hello, Wesley and Ward and Jennifer. I notice. Yes,
Jennifer's Craftsman Creations.
You said that, did you?
I did this.
Oh, okay. It's true when you're concentrating on something else, you miss it.
Yeah.
Right, now this one I made the same shape as the one I was showing you earlier. And didn't like. So I've now just taken a bit more off there. And it's a bit more like the shape I wanted now. Very small difference, but makes a difference. Having swapped the centre, it's actually gone slightly different. But that's all right, that's coming up well. Okay, I think I'll take a little bit more off there. Tiniest little bit. Smooth that in nicely. I often use a scraper for this, or a skew as a scraper, or whatever. That's better. That's better. Happier with that. weren't many machine marks in there, but one or two. And they've gone. That's quite a nice shape. Okay, I'll just sand that up a bit rapidly. That's one thing I meant to do, was get some new glass paper out before I started. I forgot. There might be plenty of life left in this yet.
Barry Chitty
Just-
says. Barry
Yeah?
Chitty says, "Don't mention you. It makes my arm ache." Not sure what that refers to, but
He showed me the bowl on Sunday that he'd made, or half made, and it completely shattered. And he's still got the bandage on his arm.
Oh right.
Yeah, it was quite a major flaw. You couldn't see it apparently. I don't think I've even got any you out today, so you're all right. It really was. I mean, the whole bowl was in a number of pieces. It's quite a big-ish, 9-inch, 10-inch, something like that bowl.
All right.
Yeah. Bit unfortunate, I think you could say. Doesn't take long to sand these, fortunately. Especially once you're past the first grade. You can see from my glass paper I was sanding Paduke with it. The orange all over the place.
Now, Barry's just said it was 12 inches by 4.
Oh, 12, begging his pardon. I only saw it in pieces. Yeah, it's a bit of a shock, I think. Right, 400 milk grit. That'll do us. Let's have a look at that. Should be all right. Yep, lovely. I don't know what this timber is. No idea. It could be that African blackwood or something, whatever it's called. It could be that. I don't know.
Looks a bit light to be African blackwood.
I think it's going to darken up now. It's not as black as I thought it was going to be. It was covered in wax, and it looked as though it was going to be really dark. But I don't know what it is. Might be a rosewood of some sort. Who knows? It was
Mike Yu from Ilminster's joined us.
Hello, Mike. Yeah, when I first started, it was like that, covered in wax, had an Axminster label on it, but it didn't say what it was.
Oh, right.
I thought that was going to be. It's quite heavy, but it actually is quite attractive. I quite like that. I don't know what that is. There's something on there. Right, we'll just get rid of that.
Woodworm Paul has just arrived as well. Good afternoon,
Hello,
Paul.
That's better. That's got rid of it. Right, so we just got the ends to do. And the way I like you can do one end with it in the chuck, but then you've got to turn it round somehow and hold it. I find it easier to leave the centres on both ends, put it into the jam chuck, and then you can turn it over, do the other end, and you're gripping it positively all the way through.
Yeah, makes sense.
If you see what I'm saying.
Yep.
Right, so swap the chuck over. So I've got the chuck set up here. If you can see it, there it is. That's just slightly tapered. I've got two different sizes on here. That's too small for that one, because some of the timber wasn't quite 50mm square. So I've shaped this end of that jam chuck for something which is just a little under 50mm. The other end fits the 50mm ones, which I think this is going to be somewhat nearer. One thing at a time. Let's get rid of the chuck. Right, so that should be running fairly true. Not quite. So I'm just putting the timber into the chuck when it's down on the bed of the lathe. You never get it quite right. That's better. Okay, so that's going to go in there like that. This is going to make sure it's centered, which it isn't at the moment. And that was my only reason for leaving that on, was to enable me to do that. I can turn a bit while it's still held, just to strengthen it a bit, but in fact it's not going to come out. Hello, what's going on there? Better. Not sure what that was. Something wasn't seated properly. It is now, so that's all right. So let's move the tailstock out of the way a little bit. Move that in there, that's better. That's better. That's it. Let's go that off. Tailstock out of the way. A fraction more to take off there. Tiny little nib in the middle. I'll soon get rid of that. It would stand off anyway, I think, to be honest, but do it the proper way. That's better. Right, sort myself out. Put that back up there. Good. Just sand this end.
Norman Greenwell's joined us as well. Good afternoon, Norman.
That's it. Next.
We have 29 watching and only 7 thumbs up.
All right, okay. Slight mismatch there. 29 is not bad.
I think everybody.
20.
I think everybody got about. It's going up.
Oh,
11 now.
Yep. 29 is a good number for lunchtime.
Mm-hmm.
That more than
7 thumbs up.
doubles during the afternoon, which is nice. Come back to it afterwards and you can fast forward it, couldn't you? Miss the boring bits.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that I think will be enough of that. Yep. Little squirt. Oh, hello. What's that spraying out of there? Don't know what that was. Something white. Yeah, it's marked it again. Same as it did earlier. How strange.
Roy's the boys has joined in as well. Hello, Roy.
Hello, Roy. That's better, that's gone. That's gone. Right, so nice clean bit of paper. We'll just turn that round and do the other end. That's not going to come out of there. Sometimes you can just jiggle them to one side, but I have a wooden knockout bar I've made, bit of dowel. I think I turned it actually, but yeah, because it's pine, which knocks it out without damaging it. That fidgeting in there did a slight bit of damage to it, but I can sand that down by hand afterwards. Not a big problem. Okay, so center in place again, like that. Wind it in a little bit, so it's gripping. Yeah, that's gripping, that's nice. And take this end off. And that's all there is to it, really. Oh. I didn't want to do that. It's up.
Roy's the boys said I made a clamp chuck for doing them and apples and pears.
Yep, it's another way of doing it, and it works very well. I did do it once and I found that it marked them, but Probably because I didn't get it the right size. Right, I'm just going to finish off that end. It's very close. Lovely job. Right. And sand that. See that all right, can't you? Not that there's anything much to watch, but
Seems like Gerard and Stephen the Wood Dude are having a conversation in French, which I am not going to attempt to pronounce.
yeah.
I've got no idea what it means because I don't know French.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of French. I know a little, but
Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks is asking a question. Do you ever use a skew to turn the eggs?
I think the only thing I can say is don't be silly. No, I don't. I tend to use skews more for detail stuff, to be honest. I don't mind sanding, so I don't mind if it's not quite as smooth as a skew can get it. Smaller stuff, yes, I do. Right, 400, which is quite sufficient. I would normally probably use Yorkshire grit or something on these, but trouble is you're doing half of it and it tends to leave a join. So I'll take it up to 600. 600 blends in quite nicely, and a bit of sanding sealant. And I would certainly put some wax on it, but I'll do that by hand afterwards. The Yorkshire Sheen microcrystalline wax. That one, if you can see it, yes you can.
Yep.
Use that, which I would use over the top of Yorkshire grit anyway, to be honest. But it gives it a nice finish. Something wrong with that spray. It's done it again. This timber. It's just not. It's leaving a blobs, basically.
Not an old can, is it? It's
been around a while. I have got a new one. I could try swapping. There's not much in it. It's nearly empty. Probably got too cold as well, but I've actually got some acrylic now. I've forgotten that.
Well, you've been going, just coming up to 30 minutes.
That's not bad. That's one egg done. So I'm not going to do the polish, and you've all seen that. Not very exciting. Well, yes, it has damaged it. There's something in there. It needs a little bit of attention, I feel. Just yeah, they tend to collect when you spray stuff in the this jam chuck. It leaves a residue of whatever you're spraying, in this case sanding sealant, which can tend to mark it a bit. You can see two distinct rings on there. I don't know if you can see them on.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Yeah, they both come from that. I can sand those out without any doubt at all. Bit of 400 grit. Probably come out really quickly because I think it's more the sanding sealant coating that's than the timber. Just to show how easy it is to do. That's pretty much gone now. Just give that a quick squirt.
Mark S has joined us as well. Good afternoon, Mark.
Hello, Mark. Come to join his wife.
Yep. Yeah, she's just replied, afternoon, babes.
Babes, yeah. Every time. Guaranteed. That's better. That's got rid of those marks. It's not shiny at the moment very much, but it will be when it's been waxed. That's a nice bit of grain on there, actually, if you look closely. It's quite an interesting grain. So I've got no idea what the wood is. But there we are, quite a nice little egg. And what should we do now? Shall we? I think we could make a little stand for it, couldn't we?
Gerard said, wouldn't it be better not to finish it on the jam chuck, but on a buffing wheel to avoid marks from the jam chuck?
Yeah, probably. I should do it with the buffing wheel anyway, once I've waxed it. So that will actually make sure that there are no marks on. I was being extra cautious when I was sanding it, just now. But if that's as smooth as it should be in there, it shouldn't leave any marks. And it's better now.
Yeah, trouble is, Gerard, you still need the jam chuck to remove the two ends.
Yes.
You can't remove them on a buffing wheel.
So that's when it gets marked. The buffing wheel will probably have taken those marks out because they were only marks in the sanding sealant, not in the timber.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a serious mark, but it's gone. I've got rid of it, and I shall buff it anyway because I always do. So it'll come up beautifully. Of that, I'm quite certain. Let's make a little stand. So I'm doing something different. I've got that piece of timber already turned for it anyway. Get that out of the way. Using my SK100 for this, which of course has got the wrong thread. It's the 1 inch, 25mm, whatever thread, so I have to have an adapter on there. With the Longworth chuck on, it sticks out quite a long way, but it's all right. It works. So that bit of timber, I've got a 30mm hole, I think it was in there. Yeah, 30mm hole. That happens to suit the eggs that I'm making. I've drilled the hole deep enough to do at least one more. The one mistake I made earlier on when I was making a stand was to make it too thin, so the egg actually touched the floor. So we want to go at least 10mm. At least 10mm thick. Just a very simple little disc. I think I showed you at the beginning, didn't I? Just that. Slightly chamfer the slope on the inside, chamfer the outside because it looks tidier. Sand it up. That's it, done. Easy as that. So let's do it. Oh, of course,
Gerard's got a question. Well, a statement, really.
Yep.
Might be a stupid idea. What about lining the jam chuck with non-slip matting?
I did think about that, and I thought I'm going to be fiddling about with that to try and get it to run true.
Mm.
I did think about it. You can't have any overlap on it, so it's got to be cut the right size. And because it's tapering, it's not easy to cut. I decided in the end not to bother. But yes, I did consider it because I've got plenty of bits of router mat and stuff around. But if it fidgets when you've got a router mat in there, the black one particularly, it does still mark the timber. So you can't win whichever way you go.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so let's get this turned. Can you see that? No, you can't see a thing, can you? Try that one. It's a bit better, isn't it?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's it. Centered.
Lovely. Yeah. Right, so that gets that done. Making a drag cut on the inside there, just to give it a bit of a chamfer outwards. I find they sit a bit steadier if you've got that bit of rounding, bit of chamfering on the edge. And then we'll come around and do it from the side. It really is very, very basic stuff, this. Yeah, help if I wasn't catching the chuck, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's better.
That's why you should always move the chuck by hand first.
I know, and I don't know why I didn't, because I normally do. It's a habit I'm into, but I didn't that time, and it caught me out. This just makes it look a little bit less heavy if you just put the little chamfer on the outside. Right, we'll sand that up. Away. Put that on there. Then my glass paper rack doesn't fall over.
Is that a crack down there? That's,
What, on the timber?
mm.
Has it got a wormhole in it? Oh, that, yes,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, this may well break in use. Quite a number of the ones that I've had around for some time now have actually broken. They still hang together, but they're the ones I haven't sold, obviously. Given away with the eggs. Freebies these are. Don't charge for these. Just a piece of ash I had kicking about. That's that. It tends to, when you part it off, it tends to tear a bit, but it can all be sanded. Not really an issue. I have yet to discover a way of parting it off on this sort of thickness without it tearing.
Roy's the boys. I'm not sure what this refers to.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I have a long insert for a Rutland's chuck, but it's failed as it won't screw all the way back and don't want to overdo it or it will ruin the shaft.
Long insert. Not quite sure what he means with that.
No.
Ouch, that's getting hot. I'm going too fast, really. That's lovely. Right. 400. Do me. No, sorry, Roy. I can't help you there. I'm not sure where you are. I don't know the Rutland's chuck anyway, so probably doesn't help. Right then.
Oh, Gerard, at the moment I am upcycling brackets. That is what I was told it was called. Glass lampshade into a candle holder.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, why not? Interested to see the pictures when they go on Facebook, which I'm sure they will.
Hmm.
Right, so that's that.
Oh, Roy's the boy says Andy has a long insert for that 100 he's using.
Oh, the adapter. Do you mean this piece? You can't see where I'm pointing.
Yeah, I would imagine. So.
This piece here.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's simply an adapter from 33mm to 25. So it won't screw all the way in. I would modify the adapter rather than the chuck, if the chuck works all right everywhere else, and just file a bit off it or something at this end. But if that's what we're talking about,
Yes, he says yes.
yeah. Yes, I think you could probably take. So I'd either put a big chamfer on the end of it, or something similar. Or if you know an engineer who can do it for you, put it on his lathe and turn it.
Martin Shepherd has joined in. Got delayed
Hello.
yet again. We'll have to watch the recording.
Hello, Martin. Well, I've finished the first egg. I'm just making this little stand to show it off. Take that corner off a bit. Always makes you jump, even when you're expecting it. I'll just sand that off a little bit. It's always that inside edge always tears off, but you don't know exactly where it's going to come to, so you can't score it on the inside or anything. That'll do for now. I can sand that down inside there. That's not a problem. So there's the egg. There's the stand.
Yeah, we can't see.
No, I'm just going to turn something down so you can. Which one is it? That one. Move that down there. What am I looking at now? Oh, that's my. Yeah, there it is. It's nearly in focus too. There, you can just about see the stand on the bottom there. It's too much light, isn't there? Yeah, no, you can see it. It's distinctly
Just
different
about.
colour. Yep. Probably if I put it on this, it would be better. That's better. There.
That's it.
There we are.
Yep. Got it.
It's got a bit of dust on it and things, but that's it gives you a way of displaying it. By chamfering the inside of the hole, it makes them quite stable. So that's that, apart from waxing, which I can do at any time. And it was 1:45. Let's do a slightly. I've also got a jam chuck for a much smaller, a 30mm. Where are we? There we are. That's a jam chuck for a 30mm egg.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to make mini ones. I made a bunch of grapes with that one time, which was sort of interesting, and sort of not. But it worked. It's somebody asked me. It was somebody's grandson wanted a bunch of grapes. I made him a pear and I made him an apple. I thought, oh Lord, here we go. So, ouch. That hurt. Should have taken that out of there. So I did one.
Oh, was that the elbow stabber?
It was. It's, I can't even find where the camera is, but it got my arm just above my watch. There we are. A minor scratch. It's my
I've done that as well. Only once, yeah.
But it's something we all do, isn't it? Anyway, let's put that back up where it sort of belongs. Doesn't want to go up. There it is. Good. Yeah, it's not bleeding too profusely. Yeah, no, this is the chuck that I had for my old lathe, which was the inch bit, inch thread. So I had to get the adapter when I got this lathe. Right, so put that away. Now then, what have we got? We've got a sort of ebony type thing. I'm not sure how much I'm going to get out of that. It's got some, what are we looking at? Across there. It's got quite a chunk missing out of the corner of that one. So that one might be better. Again, it's the same stuff. It's really heavy, really black. Got a corner missing there, but I think there's enough in the middle to get away with that. I think let's try it and see. It's not something I've turned very often. I think it's ebony. It looks like it. And it's heavy enough.
I want to change the camera as well.
Yeah, I will do that one.
That's it.
Spread up. Oh, I'm leaking. I knew I was going to be using it again now, so I left it in there, but I shouldn't have done that center because it hurts. It attacks you. Okay, let's see how we go. Roughing gouge. This is where you stab yourself with the splinters coming off it, isn't it?
Well, Gerard's got to go. Sorry, must go. Shopping to bring. Must help my good wife to be in her good books.
Absolutely, it's worth it. Pays dividends in the end.
He said he should be off next Tuesday. See you then.
Good, lovely. Yeah, look forward to it.
Bye, Gerard.
Bye. So I'll just mop my arm down again. How are we doing? Actually, we're going to be all right on that because there's a nice band of solid timber around the middle. Good. In fact, I think that's probably too big at the moment anyway to go in there. Dum-dum. 50 mil we want. 54. Yeah, we're good. We're good. 5 mil off that. That's 50 and a half. That's near enough for me. Good, good, good. Right, let's start. Mark the length. That's all right with that light on, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's black timber. It doesn't reflect it the same, does it? Right, okay, so that's now round and the right size. Do the ends. No, do it with that other one. Sit. And shape it. It's just vibrating, that's all. Yeah, quite distinctly. Pressing too hard, I was. It's hard, this. Phone ringing. That's not looking too bad at all, I don't think. A little bit. Let's do the scraper again. It's better. It's like soot. Sawdust from this. Hey ho. Where's it gone? There it is. That's right. That's the right end. I didn't sanding seal that, did I? Never mind. It won't matter. I can do it later. It's quite nice to turn this ebony.
Mm.
It's hard, but let's take those bits away. Push that right up the other end. I might avoid knocking my elbow on it then. My arm. Yep. Sand that.
And you're just coming up to 60 minutes.
Good. Okay, that's fine because I should get this just sanded, and that's it then. So we'll see what it looks like. Little spray. There'll be a little bit in the middle that I haven't sanded. But I'll do that by hand. It's all fairly smooth anyway because it cuts nicely.
Mm.
Being so hard, I suppose, but it does cut well. That one.
You know, I have a little piece of ebony in my locker at the museum.
Yeah.
And it does finish very, very well.
Yes.
From the tool.
That it's just so mucky, isn't it?
Mm.
Black dust everywhere.
Yeah.
Roger, it's like it's priced like gold, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
was given a load of it by a guy who used to make electric guitars. And he had a load of it for the fretboard, I think it was.
Mm.
And he gave me quite a collection of it, which was really nice. I've got a lot left now, but
I only got the little piece I got was about an inch square-ish, I think, and about 6 or 7 inches long.
So pen blank, basically.
Well, yeah, it was originally a bit bigger than that, I think.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
It wasn't a pen blank. It was. I got it in a box of other stuff, and I use it for finials mainly.
Yep, it's good for that. I did use some for a pen one time, which was sold instantly.
Mm.
Somebody who understood what it was. Yes, it's just got a bit of the colour coming through there. Yeah, you can see it, can't you? Just
yeah, you can, yeah.
Which is nice. It's nice when it's not jet black, I think.
Mm.
Let's give that a little squirt of sanding sealant for as far as it'll get. Well, that was the one that's faulty, but never mind. It's covered in dust. Never mind. Yeah, that'll look nice when it's polished because it'll have a very high shine actually. Right. No, that's not going to come out. Hey ho. Got it. Right, put it in the other way up. Yeah, it's only be a little bit not sanded, so it's not too bad. Over there. Get rid of that. That's it. It's got it. Lovely. Little bit left on there. Let's get rid of that. That's it. Oh, chucking me glass paper all over the place. 240, 120, 80. That must be 400. Yes, it is. Good. Right, let's.
There's a lot of
get
dust
this.
flying about
Sorry.
there. There's a lot of dust flying about there. I can see it looks like snow.
Yeah, it is a bit. I shall see it later. I'll blow my nose.
Well, Alison's off to Lace. See you all next week.
Oh, yeah, she said she was going to go. Yeah. Right, I think that is perfect. Give it a quick squirt sanding sealer. What I can see of it. I'm not going to worry about that any further because I shall be giving it more attention later. I don't want to ask you all to sit there watching me sanding. Nothing more boring. Give an idea of what it's going to look like. No, that's not coming out. This jam chuck's working quite well today. They do tend to vary a bit. Yeah, that's fidgeted in there again, so it's got a mark around the middle of it, but never mind. We ain't going to worry about that. Right, so there's that egg. Put it the right way up. That's quite a nice finish. Shape. The finish it leaves a lot to be desired. There's the band round there to get rid of. There's another one up there. That's all right. That'll all come off. It's very, very minor. It looks major, but it's not. It's going to be very simple. And then I shall wax it up and buff it up, and it'll be beautiful. So they're the two. No, we haven't. That's the one we made. They're the two we made today, which will look more make my basket of eggs look more interesting because it's got a bit of colour to them. Instead
Very
of being,
nice.
They're nearly all ash. The ones I've got, or ash or similar. I think there's a few pear, what have you, in there.
Mm-hmm.
There is also a pear that I made, but that's another matter. So they'll all go on sale on whenever it is the last Saturday of the month, and we'll see what comes of that. Any questions from anybody? Probably not.
There hasn't been any that I've seen. No.
That ebony one will have a lovely finish to it when it's done. You can just see signs of it on the bottom round there. You can see the lights reflecting in it and things. It's going to look gorgeous when it's finished. But good. Okay. Thank you, Wesley. Good eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Good. Off to Lace. Good. Excellent. I've got to go shopping now. Some of us.
She left you a little shopping list, has she?
Yeah, I hope so. If not, I'll just get what I want to get. But yeah, good. Anyway, that's lovely. So thank you everybody for coming along. I don't know how many we ended up with in the end, but it was shaping up quite nicely, wasn't it?
29 was the most I saw.
Okay, good. That's excellent. Yeah, and of course when you start going through for the second time, you lose some. So are you two doing another day at the museum? I don't do days at the museum for wood turning. I'm
Yes,
in the
Barry, I
TATS.
am.
Oh, but Peter is. I do TATS, the Tools and Trades History Society. I go in there because I'm doing turning for the other 6 days of the week. So I decided when I was volunteering down there, I'd do it somewhere different, which I quite enjoy, I must admit. Just chatting with people, talking about tools. So it's a good place to be for the day anyway. Good. Okie doke. Well, that's it then. 15:15. That's quite a nice time to finish. And see you all next week. I don't know what we'll be doing next week. No, I'll give it some thought. Come up with some ideas. And I'll see you all then, hopefully.
See you all next week.
Yep. Bye. Press the button now. End broadcast.